You see, inertia, when I got the facts, my mind went back to my school days, back to the days of Galileo and Isaac Newton. And Isaac Newton's theory of inertia was when you get something that's in perpetual motion and it gets stuck and stagnant, and then it won't change unless there is a net external factor that's going to reach out and touch it. That contact, whether it's by friction, whether it's by design, something has to be externally able to touch it with a greater velocity of strength than what it has to change its direction. Let's get on the same page before we really get deep into inertia. My dictionary tells me that the word community means a group of people living in the same geographical area with particular characteristics in common. Now, some of us don't want to admit that because we have subdivisions within the communities that's surrounding us. But everybody in Muskegon County is a part of Muskegon County. I don't care if you're in Wolf Lake or Norton Shores, you're part of Muskegon County. So a community is a group of people with particular characteristics that they share. Now, service gets real deep. Because when you talk about service, you're talking about the action of helping someone overcome something. A system of providing a public service such as transportation, help with utility. In the spiritual sense, we talk about a ceremony of religious worship that's designed to enhance the spiritual feeling of a group of people. So when you talk about community service and we talk about inertia, we already starting to see just with the community service, community in the service, how inertia has impacted this community, not just black, not just white. Because if you want to really know the problems that we're having in this country that stems down to this community, if you want to know how really segregated we are, the problems we really have, open your eyes up on a Sunday morning and see how we worship. I'm not here to make nobody upset or mad, but I believe the truth will set us free.
All right. Amen.
Because inertia impacts the poor, but inertia also impacts the rich. Bear with me, and I'm going to show you how all that ties together. Activism is the policy or action of using vigorous campaigning to bring about political or social change. So the first part that he wanted me to talk about was community service and activism. Then in parentheses, fighting inertia in the black community. Fighting, by definition, I just want us to be on the same page when we talk about this inertia thing, that's all. Fighting is, in the context of a noun, it means the action of battling violence. That's right. from a adjective perspective, fighting means displaying or engaging in combat or aggression, i.e., Muhammad Ali was a fighting man. So if we're going to do a community service, and if activism is going to help fight inertia, then everybody in here has to be willing to step up to the plate and go to war against violence, and go to war against things that oppress those that are less fortunate than yourselves. We have to be ready to be aggressive toward that which is not right. We have to be willing to stand up in the gap and speak the truth. Today, too many politicians are concerned about popularity. In fact, the country is struggling badly because the political process is competing with the popularity process. We talk about inertia and how bad inertia is in this community. We look at people who we think are inferior and we think we got gang problems. Well, let me tell you, until we get the spirit of community, service, and activism to attack violence, we are a bigger part of the problem than we are the solution.